By order of Caesar, all visitors must disarm and relinquish all banned items.
What's considered a banned item?
Alcohol and all chems, including stims and other addictive items.
Well, I have to bring those along. I have a congenital heart defect.
I know not why Caesar would wish to speak with such a physically inferior whelp, but I will allow this one exception. You may bear Caesar's mark, but do not attempt to share any of your medicine with anyone in the fort.
Alright. And why is it that I can't just go up the hill as I am?
Caesar strictly forbids the use of chems and alcohol. By his order, all visitors must also relinquish their arms upon entry. If you come in peace, then there is no reason to not disarm. You will not be harmed unless Caesar wills it.
No getting around it. Alright. Here are my weapons.
Your belongings will be returned to you when you leave. Awe. True to Caesar.
Got a feeling I'm gonna get sick of that phrase. Anyways, so this is the fort. Or is it the fort? I don't know. I think this is just a dock. I think the fort, I'm not gonna discover it until I go further up the hill. Ooh. Oh, I think this guy's a vendor. Okay.
Those fiend junkies over at Vault 3 been taking some hits. I say kill them all.
I did.
So you're the visitor I've heard some of the legionaries talking about. If you're in the mood to trade, just say the word.
Sure. Show me what you have for sale.
Have a look. Give me a shout if you need anything else.
That was easy enough. Okay, so up the hill we go to Caesar's camp, or Caesar, depending on, whether you want to say it the English or Latin way. I've said this several times over, but I suppose I should say it outright, out loud. You can still see me in my silk PJs because they help me get better prices. In Latin, a C sounds like a K. It has a hard sound. And in English, a C sounds like a C. So, Caesar is said Caesar in Latin, which is the reason why Caesar's Legion says Caesar.
I'm harsh on the children, but they'll be excellent legionaries. I'm quite proud of them.
Huh. Sure you are. Ooh. God, Raoul, you got an ugly back head.
True to Caesar.
Righto, pal. Oh, man. This place is interesting. Arena equipment storage. Might be in there myself in a minute. Not certain if I want to do an arena battle. Any of you who have actually played the game know exactly what I'm talking about right now. Yet to make up my mind on that. Now, I'd like to do a bunch of stuff here at the fort, but I just want to get right down to business and talk with the leader of this entire group. Right, I can't take Raoul in. Raoul. You need to stay here?
Okay, boss.
Yeah. He's got the double face effect thing going on. That's a glitch that happens every so often.
Slaves aren't much of a challenge in the arena.
I wouldn't expect slaves to be a challenge in the arena. Here we are. Benny is over there. They caught that prick finally. Okay, Caesar, let's talk.
You're the courier who caused so much trouble for my legion, and yet you dare come before me. All the bribes I sent to the Omertas ended up buying me nothing. The great Khans aren't exactly clamoring to fight for my legion now. Years of meticulous scheming to place a mole at Camp McCarran. Wasted. So tell me this, because I really want to know. I am feared, with good reason. But you, of all people, dare to come here and stand before me, the mighty Caesar. What were you thinking?
Well, you have someone that is of particular interest to me.
We'll deal with Benny when the time comes. In the meantime, you do know why I wanted to meet you, right? A man nearly kills you, so you track him across the breadth of the Mojave. You arrive on the strip and waltz into the Lucky 38 like someone left you a key under the doormat. You visit the tops, and next thing you know, the head of the chairman is fleeing the strip like a whimpering little pup. When you set your mind to something, you get results. I like that. The question is, are you ready to get started?
Well, before that, I can imagine why you might know so much about me, but how about you actually spell it out?
I have eyes and ears everywhere. It behooves me not to invade the West blind and deaf. It hasn't been hard to track your progress. It's not as though you've been keeping a low profile. The time is fast approaching when my Legion will assault the Great Dam and invade the West. Before that happens, I want Mr. House knocked out of the game. A quick 1-2 punch, with you doing the punching.
Caesar, I'm honored, but I came for Benny. Just let me deal with him and I'll be on my way.
Benny is my prisoner. You don't deal with him unless you've dealt with me. Don't worry. You'll get the platinum chip he was carrying, and then you'll use it like I tell you to.
And what is it I am to do?
Down the hill, at the west edge of camp, is an old building. It was here when the fort was taken in 2277. Inside the building is a hatch, and inside that hatch are 2 steel doors that bear the sigil of the Lucky 38 casino. Now that same sigil is on the platinum chip Benny was carrying when we captured him. Isn't that interesting? Even more interesting, there's a slot about the same size as the chip on the console that opens the hatch. So you know what I think? I think the platinum chip opens those doors. Doors that can't be pried open, or drilled open, or blasted open. Because all that, I tried.
What's on the other side of those doors?
Benny's theory, if I understood it through all the screaming, was that Mr. House stashed some kind of ultimate weapon down there. A gigantic robot to stomp us all to death. Who cares? Whatever it is, House built it. So I want it destroyed.
Well, why would you put this task to me? Can't your legionnaires take care of this?
Yes, but then I'd have to kill them. You don't get it, do you? The weapons I wield are forged from blood, flesh, sinew, bone. Mortal stuff. Fragile, even. And yet my Legion obeys me even unto death. Why? Because they live to serve the greater good, and they know of no alternatives. House's machines, his technologies. What do they propose? The possibility of victory without sacrifice. No blood spilled, just rivets. That's not an idea to be put in circulation. If mankind's going to survive this moment in history, it needs warriors, not gadgets.
I see. And what is it you want me to do once I'm inside the bunker?
I want you to destroy whatever you find in there. And then I want you to come back here and tell me about it. So go to the building and take this fucking platinum chip with you. My legionaries will meet you there, with your weapons and equipment. Talk to Benny on your way out. He knows I'm going to let you decide how he dies. Maybe you want to remind him.
All right, then. Benny?
Go ahead and laugh, baby. I ain't blind to the humor in this situation.
Well, it looks like you played past your abilities.
Didn't leave me much choice when you showed up. Like I said, you forced my hand. Down to brass tacks. How'd your meet and greet with Baldy go?
Well, he gave me the platinum chip.
Sure. Baldy wants you to go down there in the bunker and destroy whatever Mr. House stashed there. Oh, you don't want to do that, baby. Whatever's down in that bunker is the key to the city called Vegas. So here's what you do. You go down there and you use the chip to do whatever Mr. House would have wanted you to do. And when you get back to the Strip, you find Yes Man. I made it so that cat can't help but be helpful. Dig?
Well, I didn't expect to hear that from you. What is your deal, Benny? Just what happened to you after you fled the Tops?
I prefer the term relocated. It took every stealth boy I had to cross the river at Cottonwood Cove. That was a close shave riding a boat full of Legion boys. Once I was across, I changed into a uniform. I swiped off a dead legionary outside Nelson. Tried to sneak into the bunker, but that didn't work out. They found the chip. I wasn't going to tell them what it was used for, but let's just say they were persuasive.
I'll bet. I'm a little bit curious, though. How long have you been ahead of the family?
7 years. Took over 3 days after Mr. House introduced himself. Our chief at the time, mountain of a guy named Bingo, wanted to stay nomadic. I disagreed, so he challenged me to the knife. He looked so surprised when I stuck that knife in his neck. Thought he was so tough, but he was so slow. That's how I made Chief. It's how things were back then.
A little bit ironic, then. Because Caesar says I get to decide how you die.
Try not to smile so wide, baby. You might break your mouth. Yeah, Baldy said you'd get to decide. So which way you leaning?
Well, do you have a preference?
Yeah. To die in my sleep at a ripe old age after a marathon session of hey-hey with 30 sex-starved broads. You'll set that up? Look, I ain't a harbor for illusions. I ain't expecting to get out of this shindig alive. That's why I'm trying to hand you my scheme, baby. It's called having a legacy.
Huh. Well, something bad could happen to you right here.
The direct approach, eh? Fair enough. But you should wait until the bunker's taken care of. Caesar won't like it if you eat dessert first.
How right you are. I'll see you again, Benny.
Ta-ta.
Caesar has permitted your weapons to be returned to you while you serve him.
It's about time. Hand them over.
Caesar has put a lot of trust in you. Be worth it.
Useless prick. Okay, well, now I can move again. I'm gonna go ahead and loot some of the containers here.
Slaves
the reason
aren't much of a
why
challenge in
I
the arena.
Shut up, stupid. Data connection broken. The reason why I couldn't move before, and I can now, is because that's the power armor that I'm wearing, the Remnant's power armor. It grants a +1 to strength, so I can carry just a tiny bit more. Let's see. The console hums quietly, powered by some unknown source. Let's insert the platinum chip. And now we can get into the bunker. So, were those the doors that they couldn't get open? Or are these the doors? Ah, the Securitron Vault. Ooh. Hey, it's House.
I see you reached your destination safely. Shall we get to work?
What is this place?
It's a facility I built many years before you were born. You might think of it as a barracks. You'll understand soon enough.
Well, how come you sent me here?
The Platinum chip is a data storage device. I need you to manually upload the data from the chip to the facility's primary computer. There's a terminal at the other end of this facility. There's a complication. While I can broadcast to this screen, I can't control any of the facility's systems. That means I can't deactivate its security bots, most of which appear to be active according to the status board I'm looking at.
Listen, House, I know at this point your securitrons have something to do with this chip. What are you going to do with them?
My army will do what an army does best: defend territory from invaders and maintain order.
Well, we'll see what happens when the opportunity comes for me to insert the chip. After all, I'm the one with the keys to the kingdom right now.
I like to think you have enough sense to do the right thing. The rewards for doing so are immense, as are the punishments for not doing so.
You know, one thing that I have to...
cover until the danger has been eliminated.
Alright, let's switch to the pulse rounds. Should still have them on me. Yep, here we go. Not many, but I don't need that many. Explosives are pretty... what am I saying? My explosive skill is absolutely amazing. Anyhow. I should be able to disable most of the systems over here. Ugh, I'm over encumbered. Great. Plasma grenades, pulse grenades, lots of good stuff, but I'm over encumbered already. I wasn't able to offload enough junk onto that vendor out in front of the fort. A wrench? Okay, let's see if... Nope, gonna have to dump some stuff. Alright, just barely. Let's crack into these terminals. This one. Paired? Hologram. Aha! Got it. Finally. Okay, come on, come on, come on, come on. Cancel security alert. Alright, so, I don't think that anything else is going to come out of the woodwork. Now I can just disable some of the other robots with this. Oh, come on. You're not letting me skip it because I was just in the other terminal. Damn it. Okay. Aha. There we go. Log on admin. Cancel security alert. I don't know if it was any different between the two of them, but all of the robots should be shut down and they're not going to give me a problem now. What the heck is in this room? The junction box could be rewired, but I don't have enough, repair skill. Great. Okay, well, further into the bunker we go. Ooh. Is there anything useful here? Scrap electronics. That I have to take. I mean... there's some... I mean, there's a reasonable number of bits and pieces down here that don't weigh a whole lot. I just have too much crap in my inventory that I haven't been able to offload since I went out to Deathclaw Island. And, well, the Deathclaw Promontory. That and...
Please.
Jeez. That, and I've also got, you know, Esther on me. Which, I mean, in all honesty, I probably should have gone back to Novak and gotten my friggin' Fat Man off of me. Actually, I don't think it's Esther. I think it's just the GRA version of a Fat Man. But I've still got that on me. Okay. Didn't want to have to let go of all of that ammo. But anyway, let's activate the console over here. Actually, take a look at it. See all those securitrons down there? There's so many. Alright, let's activate this. This is the Securitron Operations Console for the Securitron Vault. Software updates can be installed from this console. Insert the Platinum chip and install the Mark II upgrade software. Wow. Ooh, that's a little bit loud. They're no longer policemen. They're grizzled Vietnam veterans. That's just what they look like to me. Open door. Permanently jammed, cutting off access to the rest of the vault. Great. Oh, creepy enough down here. Okay, so I've upgraded the Securitrons in the vault, and they're ready to go. So I'm one step closer to the endgame. All I gotta do now is backtrack and hoof it over to Caesar and tell him what happened. Or, well, not Caesar, Caesar, because I like to say it in the Latin way. A little bit creepy the way that they got the units sitting on either side of the doorway, the windows there, just kind of staring at you. That background noise is loud. House.
Your work here is done. Return to the Lucky 38 so we can discuss next steps. You have a very bright future ahead of you. Thanks to your actions today, so does the rest of mankind.
That was curt. Alright, let's get out of this vault. The loud freaking huffing in the background. Alright, we'll return to Caesar and tell him that we did the job, and then we'll sort out...
You've carried out Caesar's will, but I must confiscate your equipment again.
Fine. Here.
You're free to leave.
Forgot that he had to take everything away from me again. Anyways, we'll hoof it back up to the fort here and sort out Benny. I'll tell you, I mean, I have a desperate limited amount of knowledge about what you can do in the fort here. I mean, I've got an entire guide book, and of course, you know, there's always guides on the internet and the wiki and stuff. And you can learn everything that you need to about, you know, what you can do for Caesar's Legion in this game, but it's just, Caesar's Legion just has so few things that you can do or actions or operate or anything like that. And it's all because, you know, Obsidian ran out of development time. Anyway, let's talk to Caesar.
I felt the ground shake a while ago. I'll take that as a sign you've got the job done. There are rewards for doing as I command. Today, your reward is vengeance. You get to decide how Benny dies. Go to Benny. Let him know what you've decided. My Praetorians will perform the execution. Unless you want to perform it yourself.
And what if I don't want to decide?
What's wrong with you? This man shot you, stole from you, left you in the desert to die. You need to work on your bloodthirst. We won't speak again until Benny is dead. Walk away if you want, but if you do, he's going up on a cross. You're still making a choice.
What an attitude. Alright then, Benny. Let's talk.
So, baby, what did you find down there?
Hundreds of securitrons. All of them upgraded now. Just like Mr. House wants.
So, all this time, the old man had an entire army on layaway? Clever player. Just imagine the look on Baldy's face when those securitrons come pouring out on Judgment Day. I'd pay to have that bronzed. So all you gotta do is talk to Yes Man. Figure out how to set things in motion. Make Vegas a town I would have been proud of, baby. Let it swing.
Now, I just have to decide what happens to you.
I see. And how's that gonna happen?
I'm gonna take you out. Here and now.
I see. Keep it simple, eh? Around here, it's one of the better options.
This isn't gonna be pretty. You can close your eyes if you want.
Nah, I'd rather see it coming. Do it, baby. Make it clean.
Benny, this isn't gonna be clean. They only gave me a machete. And I still have a camera, but that's not really gonna help me any. I'd love to take Maria off you, but I don't have the sneak skill to do it. Come on. Die. Die. Ooh. Jesus Christ, come on. Die. Maybe if I power attack a few times. Come on. Power attack. Really not work. Come on, just die. Die. Ooh. Gee, cut his arm off. Oh, shit. There we go. Benny's suit and Maria. The fancy pants gun. I wanted to take this off him for super irony, killing him with this, but gun he tried to kill me with. Anyway, Kaisar.
I'm sure you found Benny's demise pleasing. The destruction of an enemy? There are few things more satisfying. Let's press on, shall we? As I was telling you before, I want Mr. House out of the picture. You have an interest in his death, too. If he knows that you destroyed his gadgets beneath the fort, he will strike back. You know where to find him. How he dies, I leave up to you.
No, Kaisar. I don't work for you. I came for Benny. I got what I wanted. I'm leaving.
Mark my words, you piece of shit. This is the last time you will ever refuse to perform an order I've given you. If you meant what you said, you best be on your way, and at good speed. And forget all that I could have given you. If you ever disobey me again, I will order my Praetorians to hack you to death with their machetes for my entertainment.
Whoa. Holy crap. Okay, let's increase speech by 5 points. Don't need to go all in. There's still quite a bit left to do. I'm probably going to level up at least one more time. And we'll also increase... We'll just dump the rest of the points into lockpick, because this is something I've been needing to increase for a while now. And that's it. Well, that level up screen and the music, wow. Just what a way to break the dramatic moment. Raoul, come on. Let's get moving.
Right behind you, boss.
We don't need to stay here any longer. I'd love to stick around the fort and do some more work. Menial tasks and aid the hurt. But the hour grows late, and the Mojave calls. And there's still bigger work before I can end it all. There are roads yet to travel, and enemies to slay. Masters to crush, and nations to sway. Factions to satiate, and others spare. While some groups yet I need to strip bare. Yet of all the tasks I've still to complete, one road grows dark and shall not see my feet. For the Legion of Kaisar does not have my favor. I leave him behind and instead help his neighbors. With this choice made, sealed is his fate, and the choice of the courier you cannot negate. For I am the wild card. I control the Mojave. I say who wins, and Kaisar shall not. As for who will, well, the rest yet have luck.